Good morning, folks. So it's not sure exactly what time it is. Might be just before 7. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, so sort of a mixed bag this morning. So check my bank account, and yeah, nice. 75 quid of my wages are still there, you know, after all the bills and everything. So things are getting better, definitely. But of course, I've also got the overdraft. So available is £175 available. So, you know, that's not too bad. Anyway, so I've drawn out 160. Now I know that, you know, I realise that perhaps I should leave some. Well, I've left some. It's only 10 quid though. But anyway, but you know, the thing is, I'm going to make that spread through the week. You know, if nothing else, this is teaching me to be much more careful with my money these days. I'm telling you, so much more careful with it. Anyway, so thing is, so you might be thinking to yourselves, well, you might not be, depending, I guess, but you might be thinking, well, hang on, okay, so you got your money, blah blah blah. So now you can put some money on your oyster. So why are you walking? And so I'm thinking, like, yeah, no, that's a good question. And the reason being that, and you know, it's rather annoying, because like I get to Brixton tube station after drawing out my money. So and I think, right, top up my oyster, jump on the tube, get to work, plenty of time, blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? And all good, as it were. And then it gets there, none of the machines are flipping accepting cash. Do you know what I mean? And all the other machines are just coin. And of course I didn't have any coin because I just drew it out of the flipping cash machine. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, oh great, because I've got nothing left on the oyster, you see, at the moment. So I'm like, flipping it, what am I supposed to do? So anyway, I'm standing around thinking, what can I do? So I come back out of the station, and so I thought, right, okay, is there any shops that are open at the moment? Because it's still early, you know what I mean? Not, you know, even some of the paper shops are not open yet, and because sometimes that's a place where you can top up. So anyway, none of the shops are open, and them that are, those that are open, they don't do the oyster, you see, because not every paper shop. I mean, like, look, you see, you got a couple of sort of like little paper shop type things here, you know, little supermarket things or whatever. Now some will do it and some don't, and so some that are open don't necessarily do the top up. And so anyway, I thought, right, what can I do? So anyway, of course, see, down here is the next stop on from Brixton, which is Stockwell, and so I'll just have to walk to Stockwell tube station. Hopefully their machines are accepting cash, so I'll be able to top up there and then just jump on the train from there. So basically I've just had to walk one tube stop, essentially, is what I've had to do. So I'm like, oh, for crying out loud, you know, I mean, flipping out, man. You know, we pay enough on the flipping tube as it is, and they can't organise flipping what's the name so that you can top up your oyster, man. Oh boy. Anyway, just yet another little annoyance of everyday life, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know what was happening. Oh look, there's number 2, which of course, if you know, when I haven't got enough on my oyster, that's what I tend to do. I tend to get the number 2. Mind you, I suppose in a way, you know, I say I am being frugal with my money, but not maybe in every instance, because maybe I should just always get the bus, because it is cheaper. It's just that I hate buses, and they're slow, you know what I mean? So, anyway. Oh boy. Right. So yeah, I'll go and top up, and so also so I can be able to do some shopping. I'll have to do it today, I think, because I'm virtually out of everything. So I'll have to go and do the shopping later on today after work. But this weekend, because I've got a little bit of extra dosh, not like obviously a vast amount, but you know, I could stick 20 quid on this oyster, and then maybe we can go a bit further afield this weekend and basically see what we can see. I don't know if there's going to be any abandoned explore on the agenda yet. I hope there is, because I really want to do another abandoned explore. I haven't done one for ages. Now I know a lot of people perhaps are not into them. I mean, I know a lot of my subscribers seem to like these types of videos, and you know, yeah, I quite enjoy them as well, actually, as you may have been able to tell over the last couple of weeks with all the different vlogs I've been doing. But I must admit, I would like to do another abandoned explore at some point, because like I said before, I was into exploring abandoned buildings when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? Well before there was even an internet. You know, that shows you how old I am. Oh dear. But anyway, hopefully that might be on the cards for this weekend. I hope. We'll see. Anyway, no guarantees, obviously. But right, okay. So we're coming up to Stockwell and Stockwell Tube Station. So yeah. For now, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now. Okay, folks, so basically I managed to get the tube, and that's the beauty of I mean, I know it's a bit more expensive, but the thing is, it's so fast. I mean, like if I was getting the number 2 normally from Brixton, it'd take anywhere between, I don't know, say 20, maybe 25. That's a rough estimate. It might be a little bit less, might be a little bit more, I'm not sure, and I guess it all depends as well on traffic and so on and so forth. But let's say round about 20 minutes to get from Brixton to Victoria. On the tube, on the Victoria line, it's literally about 8 minutes. 8 minutes! Do you know what I mean? So I've got here really super early, much earlier than I really kind of intended necessarily, because it was actually earlier than I realised. When in the last vlog, and I was walking down whatever, I can't even remember the name. Oh, is it Stockwell Road? I think it's Stockwell Road. And when I was walking down there, and I said to you guys, it's something like, I don't know, just before 7 or something. It must have been only about 6:30. Anyway, so actually let's just double check the time now. Actually, let's have a little look. Let's see what we can see, what time it actually is right now. Right, so it's now 5 to 7. It's now 5 to 7. I'm in St James's Park, which Victoria is just in that direction, and my shop, so it's probably about 10-minute walk roughly, give or take. And yeah, so anyway, I was kind of like, you know, got there, went in the shop, got myself a coffee, and they're all like, how come you're here so early? Why are you here so early? What is, you know, flipping heck? And I was saying like, oh well, because like, you know, that's the thing with me. Yeah, you know, I can be tired, and there are times when, and again, all depending on the type of day it starts out to be or whatever. You know, once I'm out the door, then for me, that's it, you know what I mean? I'm out the door, and like, you know, I might as well just get on with my day and do stuff. Anyway, so that's basically what I was saying to them, like, yeah, I'm just, you know, I might as well go around and do some vlogs. I mean, I know I'm super early, but it was like the barista, whose name, it takes me a while to remember people's names. Eventually they sink in, but it takes me a while. But nice guy, and he was just like, wow, how come you're so early? It's like, whoa, really? Wow. And oh, look at that, sorry, at that sunrise. I mean, obviously the sun's been up for a little while now, but I mean, look at that. I love the colour. The colour on that is beautiful. What a view. That is gorgeous, man. I love it. Wow. But yeah, so there's Buckhouse, of course. Buckhouse just over there. Is the Queen in? Is she in? Let's see if we can see the flag. You see, if the flag's flying half-mast, that means she's not at home. If the flag... I can't see it from here, actually. Trees are in the way. It's usually right on the top. But yeah, if the flag's half-mast, it means that she's not home. And if the flag is at full staff, then it means obviously she's in residence. So at the moment, I can't really tell from here. Oh, Canada geese! Look, whee! Canada geese! Woo! Wow! Wow! Oh man, awesome! Geese flying in the early morning sunlight. Beautiful. Love it. So cool. Oh look, some more. Let's see if we can catch them as they fly past. Oops. Which way they're gonna go? Yay! Whoa! Oh, cool, man. I have no idea what that shot just looked like now. I have no idea if it was just a blur or if I managed to capture that. That would be so cool if I managed to capture them just going right over me just then. That would have been awesome. I can't wait to see that shot now, actually. Flipping heck. Oh, some more. Yay! They're flying south for the winter. Well, actually, I have no idea if it's that time of the year for them yet or not. Perhaps not. I have no idea. I'm not an ornithologist. Yeah, there's a big word for you. Ornithologist. Yes. Go and Google it. No, it basically, obviously, it means a person that studies birds. So, you know, anything to do with birds and what have you, sort of thing, you know. Yeah, ornithologist. So, and now, obviously, in my head, you see how my head works, right? See, get this, folks, right? See, I've just said that big convoluting word to you, yeah? Initially, with the confidence of somebody that thinks they know what they're talking about. And what the heck is that? Sorry, I was just curious. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, with the confidence of somebody that kind of thinks they know what they're talking about. But as I keep saying it, there's another part of my head going like, are you sure that's the right word? I'm not sure you got that right. You're going to look a right prat when people turn around to you and say like, Paul, an ornithologist is not somebody that studies birds, it's this. Do you know what I mean? And then I'll feel like, oh no, I feel such an idiot. But you see what I mean? I doubt myself at times, you know what I mean? It's like, oh man. Sometimes I wish I just had that natural confidence that a lot of people just seem to have naturally. Do you know what I mean? They speak with great confidence and they just say stuff, and do you know what I mean? And they speak with great authority on it or whatever. And the thing with me is like I say, I've just said then, I'm pretty sure I'm correct, but like I said, then that little flipping voice in the back of the head comes in and it goes like, are you sure that's the right word? I think you may have got that wrong, and you're going to look such a prat when it turns out that you've just used the wrong word. Oh boy. So yeah, you know, it's a pain, to be quite honest, at times, because the thing is, like, you know, obviously, like I say, the majority of us want to talk with some kind of, you know, authority on whatever it is we're talking about, you know what I mean? Because we don't want to look like an idiot. Do you know what I mean? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, we're a funny bunch of creatures, aren't we? Eh? Anyway, right, or maybe I should just speak for myself. Yeah, yeah, it looks like, although the wind's not blowing, it's hard to tell exactly, but I can see the flagpole now. And so from here, although it's hard to tell 100% because the flag isn't actually flying because there's not much wind, it looks like it's at full mast. So full mast, full staff, whichever way or expression you want to use. But yeah, so that probably means if it looks like it is at full staff anyway. So that, as my understanding is that means that she's at home. So shall we pop in and pop in for early breakfast tea? Let's go and wake her up. Let's go and knock her up and get a cup of tea, like, you know. All right, Liz, fancy a cup of tea? Yeah, just imagine if the Queen came into our shop. Could you imagine that? You know what I mean? Oh, hello. One would like a latte, please. Oh, that would be amazing. I mean, I'm not a royalist or anything. I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I don't really give a what's in one way or the other, to be perfectly honest. I really don't. You know, because, like, yeah, I can see some of the benefits in the sense of, like, you know, the tourist side of things and this, that and the other, and like I've said before, in some ways it's kind of like part of our identity as English people, I suppose, you know, in that sense that you know, it's the history of it and what have you, sort of thing, you know what I mean? But, you know, to be perfectly honest with you, it wouldn't really bother me that much. But then again, I'm saying that, and I was just thinking, like, I was about to say, it wouldn't really bother me if we turned into a republic, say, like France or whatever, and we ended up with a president instead of prime minister. But I must admit, I've never really looked into the full implications of what that might mean. So, you know, I'm saying that now, do you know what I mean? That I wouldn't really mind either way, do you know what I mean? I don't really, it doesn't really bother me whether we have a royal family or not. But I've never really looked into just what that actually would mean, do you know what I mean? And what that would actually look like in terms of, you know, how that would change our country or whatever and this, that and the other. So, you know, like I say, so I'm saying that now, but you know, I don't know for certain, 100%. But like I said, I just, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really, it's not one of the things that plays on my mind in any great flipping whatever, do you know what I mean? But, you know, like I say, I can see the positives of it as well, do you know what I mean? And in some ways, yeah, it's kind of nice, and, do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, you know, it's interesting, and, you know, and in some ways we're kind of unique in the world in that sense. I mean, I know that some countries still have kings and queens here and there, but I don't know. I think ours is a slightly. I don't know. I'm not 100% certain, but you know, it is interesting and so forth. And like I say, I can see the benefits and the positives of it and what have you. But like I said, I don't really care one way or the other, really, to be quite honest. But yeah, I was just thinking, just imagine if she popped into our shop, man. That would be so funny. Do you know what I mean? I mean, obviously, that's never going to happen in a million years. I mean, it's extremely unlikely. And we'd know beforehand anyway. It's not like she's just going to pop in. Do you know what I mean? Oh, what's her husband's name again? Flipping heck, I've forgotten his name. Oh, for crying out loud. What's her flipping husband called? Completely escapes me for a minute. You see, that shows you just how interested I am. Do you know what I mean? It's like, anyway, whatever his name is. Oh, alright, that Charlie, because I know obviously Charlie's name, so, like, oh, Charles, I'm just popping round the corner to, the Pret at Victoria. I'll see you in 10. Oh man, that would be so funny. And he just came in with the curlers in, like, you know, curlers in the hair, Hilda Ogden style, like, you know. So it comes in and, oh, I say, one would like a latte, please. Oh, and an Americano. And, a chocolate croissant, please. Oh boy. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry. I just think that's so funny, man. Oh boy. Right, I was kind of thinking of heading back that way for a second then, but then I'm thinking, like, you know, it's not like I've got a ton of time necessarily. Oh, well, then again, I haven't got like just 5 minutes either, but yeah, I'll just carry on this way, I think, for now. Oh boy. Yeah, so anyway, before I interrupted myself, I swear I was talking about, so I keep doing that, don't I? I keep constantly interrupting myself. You know, I'll be talking about one thing, and then something else will pop in my head, and then, yeah, boy, okay. So, yeah, kind of dried up a bit now. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck for what to chat about now. I mean, that might actually be a blessing for some of you. You may like, thank God for that, Paul. Shut up. It's like, wow, because I know I talk a lot, don't I? I do. I talk a heck of a lot. Because I always feel, like I said, obviously I've just been explaining over the last few videos kind of why I do talk a lot. And there's a myriad of reasons, like I said, there isn't just one particular reason. But another reason is because, like, as I'm walking along, I kind of feel that, like, if I'm just walking along not saying anything, and unless I'm filming something particularly that might be really, really interesting or whatever, then it's kind of like, you know, I can imagine it might get boring or whatever, so I think I must fill that gap by just chatting, and it, you know, by whatever. There's that. Now I can't say for certain, but that kind of looks like a Harley. Sounds like a Harley, but I'm not 100%. They've certainly got that Harley sound to it, definite. Yeah. Okay. So it was nice anyway. It's nice, and it's not too noisy. It's nice and peaceful. It's a nice day actually. It's not too cold. It's a little bit chilly, but not like nippy or anything. Do you know what I mean? It's quite pleasant actually. It's quite pleasant, and that lovely sun, the quality of the light. Like I say, I think, you know, it's funny because Joanne's favourite time of the year is April, sort of springtime-ish sort of thing. She likes that time of the year. That's her favourite time of the year. Me, it's summertime, obviously, as you guys know. But you know what? This sort of like late summer / early autumn, the quality of the light, I probably have noticed it before, but for some reason it's really impacting on me on the last few days, particularly. I don't know. I find that interesting. Yeah, the quality of the light. It's nice. It's soft. It's not like a harsh. It's got that like warm sort of orangey, and I know the sun's not been long up, so you know you're gonna have that early morning sunrisey, is that a word? Sunrisey, sunrise sort of whatever you call it, sorry, you know, light, if you like, but still I think it's also because of the time of year, you know what I mean? Yeah, it just seems to make everything look so much nicer, I think, anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm I don't know. Oh boy. Yeah, so I can see that the flag is definitely at full mast, so therefore that, like I say, that usually means that she's home. So yeah, let's pop in for a cup of tea, shall we? Oh boy. Right, okay folks, it's not that much later, I think. I mean, like I say, flipping heck, I've probably been vlogging for the last 10 minutes, maybe? Right, so it's 7:10 now, so maybe that's even 15 minutes, perhaps. Because I could have swore, when I started this video, I said it was like 5 to 7. It's 10 past now, so it's 15 minutes. Flipping out, I've been vlogging for 15 minutes just in this one. Not to mention the one, you know, I can't even remember, have I done, is this my second vlog or my third? I can't even remember. No, it's my second one, isn't it? Yeah. Well, look, I love the way I can just caught a glimpse of the sun behind me twinkling through the trees. Nice, really nice. But look at the difference again. Remember the contrast thing I did a couple of months back, whenever it was, and it's how deserted this early morning. Do you know what I mean? It's 7:10 in the morning and hardly a tourist in sight, if any at all. And then later on today, I don't know, I couldn't tell you exactly what time, but at least by the time I finish my shift, this place will be heaving again. Anyway, actually I think I'm going to walk up this bit here, actually. Walk up here, because I think you can get a nice little view of the St James's Park from here, perhaps, I imagine. And it just looks like a little pleasant sort of little thing to walk around. These little garden areas are nice, isn't it? That's really nice, well maintained and manicured and what have you. That's quite nice, actually. I mean, that's, like I say, that's the other thing, I guess, the other aspect of... I mean, mind you, you could argue, well, you can still have the buildings and all the rest of it. You don't necessarily need to have a royal family, necessarily. You can still have all these monuments and buildings and so forth and what have you. And I guess that's true enough. But I was going to say that, I guess that's another aspect of having a royal family, is all these beautiful buildings and stuff and what have you. I mean, I know that, like, it's funny because Kev reckons that you know, when you think about it, as a palace for the residence of a royalty, you know, it's a little bit you know, a little bit what's you know, it's not that grand looking necessarily. I mean, the gates and the gate posts are much more ornate than the actual building itself is. Do you know what I mean? And I kind of see what he means. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not the most inspiring building in the world necessarily. Some of the other palaces are far more, you know, awe-inspiring or whatever. I mean, look at oh, what's that flipping? Where the royal wedding happened? It's, Windsor Castle, for instance. I mean, flipping out, that's a royal residence, and you know, that building in itself is far more flipping grand looking and so forth and what have you. Even, you know, I mean, it's a castle, but. Oh wow, look at this view. Sorry folks, see, interrupting myself again, but still I think it's worth interrupting myself. Look at that. Oh wow, that's beautiful, man. That's so cool. I mean, okay, I must admit the skyline in the background doesn't really personally, I think, like, wow, yeah, we could do without those in the background there. Just the trees and the sunlight and, you know, the water and so forth. That's all really, really nice and what have you, sort of thing. So, but yeah, wow, that's nice, man. That's cool. That, you know, I do like early morning, actually, when I think about it. It's like, it just reminded me then, it looks a little bit hazy, a little bit misty-ish, just down there near the water down the bottom end. And it suddenly made me think of when I did that one time. I did well, I've done it a few times, but this one particular time when I was at it's on the tip of my tongue, oh, for crying out loud, Chichester. Went to Chichester because I was doing some art stuff down there, and anyway, blah 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 blah. Did a few videos about it, so it's all on my channel anyway. And anyway, so like I said, I was in Chichester and I was doing this art project thing and this, that and the other, blah blah blah. So I thought to myself, like, one day, because it was summertime, it was right in the middle of the summertime, and again it was a really, really nice hot summer. I guess it was about July time, but I can't remember exactly. And anyway, so one day I thought, because like in Chichester where it is, it's like fairly way out sort of thing. You know, you get the train, I think it takes about an hour to get there or whatever, and it's sort of like, you know, surrounded by countryside essentially and what have you, this, that and the other. So I decided that I was going to spend the night in the field. Like I said, I did videos about it and everything, and I took a load of photographs as well. And I've used some of those photographs in some of my videos at times here and there. And anyway, so like I said, I was, you know, I decided to do this overnight in a field because it was warm enough. It was warm enough to stay out all night and just sleep in the field. But I didn't need a sleeping bag or anything, you know what I mean? And like I say, I've done videos about it, and videos at the time when I was there. And then early morning when I got up and like it started to get light, and you know, and I was walking along this. I think it's a bit of a canal. I don't know if it was a canal or, I mean, it looks like a canal, but I'm not so sure it actually is a canal. I think it's just a river. But the way they've done the towpaths, whatever you want to call it, you know, it kind of looks like, I don't know, strictly speaking, I don't think it actually is. Anyway, so I was walking along this river slash canal thing, and there's this mist, and in fact, on the top of my YouTube there's a name for it and it's completely escaping me at the moment. So a YouTube page, but I don't think that's the actual word that you describe it as. Anyway, so on the top of my YouTube channel, when you see the artwork on the top, you see that picture, and it's like a misty, or as a, like countryside and mist. That's a picture I took, and that's a picture of the mist that I took. And it was like 2 or 3 feet off the ground. Above the fields, and the same on the water, and the sunlight was very much like this, you know, because it's that early morning. The sun had literally just, you know, broken the horizon almost. Sort of thing, and you know, and it was just beautiful. Do you know what I mean? And I absolutely loved it. And I took a ton of photographs. And there's a heron. In fact, I caught, I think, a couple of herons, but there's one in particular. And again, I think I've used that picture in a vlog somewhere. I'm sure it. And the picture shows this heron standing in the water at the edge of the water of this river / canal thing, and it's surrounded in mist, and it was just such a beautiful shot. And I got this fantastic shot of this heron standing there. It looked amazing. Loved it. So yeah, it just reminded me of that then, the way the sun is shining through there. Look, here we go, there's the sun again, and the way it reflects on the water looks so cool, man. Wow. See, I love nature. I mean, you know, when I think about it, there's not many people or many human beings, I would suggest, that don't. Do you know what I mean? I think most human beings, it's our natural inclination, if you like, our natural to be around nature and natural things, as opposed to the modern sophisticated world that we've built around us. And although that has its benefits, it also has its drawbacks. It's like anything, isn't it, really, at the end of the day? But you know, I think the vast majority of us, I don't think I've come across many human beings that would say like, no, I can't stand nature, hate nature, I'd rather be in a concrete jungle. Yeah, maybe one or two people like that, but I think they're far and few between, to be quite honest. I think the vast majority of us love being around trees and greenery and, you know, nature itself and animals and so forth and what have you. I certainly do, and I'm pretty sure the vast majority of people do. It makes me feel calm. You know what I mean? It does. I feel so much calmer and much more relaxed and what have you, sort of thing. And yeah. It's like a breath of fresh air, literally, almost, you know. So, right, folks, I think I've whittled on way too long, you know, as much as I love doing these vlogs, and believe me, I do, and I'm really enjoying it. Just looking at the sun glinting off that gold. I don't know if it's actual gold, gold coloured maybe, but then again, maybe it's gold leaf. I don't know. The top of the, I think it's the Albert. No. Well, it's not the Albert Memorial thing, is it? No, because it's Queen Victoria on there. I'm not sure actually what that's called off the top of my head. But yeah, the way the gold part of it at the top glinting in the sunshine, it's pretty cool. Actually, in the screen, that looks pretty cool actually. On the screen, it looks actually quite nice. Because I could imagine that as a little photograph. I could imagine that as a photograph. That looks really, really nice. But anyway, yeah, so I think it's time to head, because look, there's can you see the cathedral, the top of the cathedral, by the way? That little spiry thing sticking up at the top, that's just literally next to my shop, well, more or less. So, you know, Victoria's just over there, so we're not a million miles away, so definitely get to work in time. Right, okay folks, so yeah, no, I'm definitely going to leave it there. Hope you're enjoying these vlogs just lately. I certainly am when I can speak properly. Yeah, like I said, this weekend, oh flipping it, see, going into like flipping, what's the name? I'll have to walk backwards for a minute. No, right, look, I need to finish this vlog. Got to stop messing about. Right, so this weekend, definitely going to try and get out and about. I hope to try and do an abandoned video, I hope, but you know, the way things go at the moment, it just doesn't seem to be happening for one reason or another. But anywho, definitely some hopefully interesting vlogs coming this weekend. So for now, I'm going to leave it there and then catch you guys later. Bye for now.